We also need to sound a note of warning to estates within Lagos State that it is totally unlawful to prevent police officers, uniformed police officers, from gaining entrance into the estate. The road into the estate is government road, it's nobody's private property. Yes, your house, police officers might need, depending on the situation, might need a warrant to gain entrance into your own premises through your gates. If it's a distress call, well, that would not be needed. But the estate gate does not belong to anybody. I mean the road, not the gates, the road. It is a government road, and no estate is allowed. It's totally unlawful to prevent police officers from gaining access to your estate. And anybody who obstructs police officers in the discharge of their duties, it's clearly spelled out in the law. Anybody who obstructs police officers in the discharge of their duties will be made to face the full wrath of the law. We are also empowered by law to employ minimal force to ensure that we achieve our mandate of not just protecting life and property, but also maintaining law and order. So if the need arises to employ minimal force, we would, just to ensure that we achieve our mandate. So no estates. We have thousands of estates within Lagos State, and we encourage the chief security officers of these estates to properly orientate their personnel to understand that in as much as security is everybody's business, they are there to complement the efforts of the police, and they should not turn back the police and other emergency workers like fire or ambulance from gaining entrance into their estate. I'll now read just a few of the achievements we recorded in the past 2 weeks in Lagos State Police Command. I'll just read a few while I will make the text of the rest and the few I'll be reading available to others. On April 5, 2025, we busted an illegal baby factory somewhere in Ijede in Lagos State. We got information of this baby factory, and operatives of the Lagos State Police Command swiftly moved there. And the operator of the center, one Miriam Vincent, 35 years old, and two others, Ori Ruth and Ujunwa Ifeanyi. Ruth is 23, Ifeanyi is 18, were arrested and were able to rescue some victims and 3 children. The children aged 7, 5, and 2. And some of the ladies were all rescued. They have been taken in for proper care, the victims that is, and they are being given proper care. Investigation is being concluded, after which the operators of this baby factory will be prosecuted. Also, we have a case of arrest of operators and their trainees at a internet fraud training school, popularly called Yahoo School, somewhere in Iju. We arrested the operators of the school, and there are 6 trainees, all of which were brought from Anambra State to Lagos State to learn internet fraud. It was also exploitative in that the proceeds of their online fraud were being totally confiscated by the operators of the school. So we got wind of it, and we went there and got them arrested. Also in Ikorodu, some kidnappers gained entrance into a property and kidnapped somebody, and also scaled the fence into the next compound and also kidnapped another person, making 2 people kidnapped. But the concerted efforts of officers of the command in partnership with Vigilante and Joint Task Force in that area yielded good results, as the kidnapped victims were rescued, and they've been reunited with their family. We also have a case where we recovered 2 rifles. This happened in Victoria Island, Adetokunbo Ademola Street. Somebody just acquired a property and was trying to clean out the property before moving into it, and they discovered 2 rifles and live ammunition. 2 rifles and 38 rounds of live ammunition. The moment this was discovered, the police were called in. The rifles have been evacuated. They've been safely kept in our armory, and investigation is ongoing to establish the owners of the rifle and if there are more out there. We have a case here of rape and assault. On March 26, 2025, at about 7:20 hours, a 47-year-old woman named Withheld reported at Ikotun Division that one Sadiq Ojolowo, age 23, broke into her room, forcibly had carnal knowledge of her, and she raised alarm, and her neighbor came to her rescue, but the neighbor too was attacked. He was attacked. He had a broken head, and but the patrol team of the police quickly moved there, so we're able to rescue the survivor, rescue the victim, and good enough, the attacker, the rapist, was also arrested, and definitely, as we conclude the investigation, is going to be prosecuted. We have another sad case that happened in Badagry, where a man took a firearm and killed 3 people. Premeditated murder, killed 3 people. Sadly enough, 2 of the people he killed are his own family members. Preliminary investigation has shown that these 3 people were to testify against him in court. So to prevent that testimony from taking place, he killed them and ran away. But sadly enough, the next day, he was rushed to Badagry General Hospital, and the doctor confirmed him dead. So the only suspect that we have for that case is also dead. Investigation is ongoing. Autopsy will be carried out. There are rumors about how he died, but we can't confirm yet until investigation is concluded. Meanwhile, the case has been transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department, Yaba, for conclusion of investigation. We also have a sad case where a father beat his own daughter to death in Okoko area of Lagos State, and buried her in a shallow grave within his own compound there. So we got to know about that case. The father has been arrested. We've done the normal paperwork with the pathologist, and the corpse has been exhumed and taken to a public morgue for preservation. The father is Kamoru Ojo, and he beat his own 27-year-old daughter to death. The names of these people are available in the text I'm going to make available. On April 6, this is arrest of vandals. On April 6, 2025, at about 4:30 a.m., and we received a report that some men were vandalizing and stealing telecommunication cables estimated to be worth millions of naira at the Lagos State Urban Renewal Agency office, Ikeja. So our officers quickly mobilized to the scene, and we met 5 suspects in the act, and they were promptly arrested. We have Akim Ahmed, 32 years, Muhammad Muazu, age 19, Dahiru Garba, age 22, Nasru Tanimu, age 20, and Abdul Salam Lawali, age 21. They were arrested, and we also recovered from them several lengths of telecommunication cables which had already been dug up and removed from the ground. We also have a case of child stealing. It was reported by a complainant on April 5, 2025. And she reported that her granddaughter, named Wura Ola, 3 years old, was stolen on her way to school. So our operatives got to work immediately and were able to arrest 2 suspects, Thank God Francis, 33 years, and Grace Francis, age 21. And the victim was actually rescued from them. The case has been charged to court. The suspects have been arraigned, and of course it's been adjourned, and we'll keep on with the case till we see that justice is served. Also, another case of vandals we arrested. This happened on the 1st of April at about 8 p.m. a distress call was received that a group of hoodlums suspected to be vandals were vandalizing some street electricity poles along Suralaba Amukoko. So we went there and swiftly and were able to arrest Tohib Anifowoshe, known as Ike Babanla, 32 years old, was arrested while others escaped. We were able to recover 5 poles, electric poles. These poles that they use for standing some of these solar-powered lights. We recovered 5 from him that he had dug up. So we commend Lagosians for not looking away. We commend Lagosians for seeing these things and promptly informing the police. If not for that, these people might have succeeded with their crime. Also, we have a case of impersonation. We received a call from the American embassy that there was a Chinese in their premises with a vehicle that had a fake diplomatic number. So our officers went there, and upon interrogating the Chinese national, he could not give any good account of the diplomatic number plate. There is no documentation, there is no allocation papers, nothing. So we actually took him into custody. There is even nothing to show that he's a diplomat. So he was actually taken into custody, and investigation has commenced into that case. We have a whole lot of cases that we successfully cracked in the past 2 weeks. I won't be able to go through all of them, but I would make this available to us. And I know you want to ask about the protests, so let me quickly talk about the protests. I'll be talking about Lagos, not Nigeria. I'll be talking about Lagos. The protests have been very peaceful in Lagos, and the protesters came out, gathered at Ikeja under bridge, and moved to the seat of government in Alausa. There was no confrontation, there was no problem whatsoever, and the police officers too were very professional in their conduct. Not one tear gas canister was fired, not one ammunition was fired. Everything went fine, and I want to assure Lagosians that our deployment is still fully intact, fully on ground, not yet withdrawn. Our plainclothes officers, uniformed officers, operational resources remain fully deployed to ensure that there is no breakdown of law and order, to ensure that the security and the serenity you are seeing in Lagos now remains like that. And we urge Lagosians to go about their lawful businesses. The deployments they will see out there if they go out of their homes is not to cause panic, but to instill confidence in them that we are here to ensure that they are safe. And to the protesters too, we commend them for acting with decorum, and we also encourage them to continue to act with decorum and not take laws into their hands or step on the fundamental human rights of other Nigerians. Thank you.